Hey, Jendi, welcome in. And Daisy Girl, I know you came in earlier. Thank you for stopping in. I believe you're gone already, but thank you for stopping in and hope you had a good Friday. If you watch this on replay, that'd be cool. But hey, Jendi, how are you today? I'm doing pretty good, Jendi. Something's been on my mind today because it really brought back some things were said that brought back some memories for me that memories I don't necessarily want to remember. So we'll talk about that later on tonight. But health wise, I feel great. Physically, I feel great. Obviously, sad because I'm going to lose my dog tomorrow, but he got so much love today, and I'll talk about that a little bit later on. We got about 4 minutes until I set this thing to start. So, hey, that Lauren Marie, welcome. I appreciate you coming in and telling everybody to hit the like button on the way in. Absolutely. And I'm going to say this a couple times tonight. If anybody wants to come up, I'm going to open the panel today. Only rules I have are be kind, be respectful, no arguing, no fighting, nothing. We don't have that on this channel. Although I may cause a little bit of controversy later tonight, that's okay. Um, you'll just have to stick around and see. Hey, Cree, welcome. Thank you for being here again. But yep, if anybody wants to come up on panel, that's the link I just posted into the chat. And you're more than welcome to come up if you behave yourself. All right. Yeah. Lauren Marie, Gleo Gladiator, hashtag Gleo Gladiator, our official hashtag of the channel. So I will. I'll still give it 2 more minutes before I talk about the main content tonight. But today was a good day. I maybe I missed it. I hope I didn't miss it. But Sweets and Beyond did send me a video of her at the Strawberry Festival, and so I know she was there, and I'm sure she had a great time. And I'm not sure she'll be here tonight because I don't know how close that is to where she lives, and you got to get there and back. So, hopefully hopefully she enjoyed herself, and she got her two flats of strawberries. No, I haven't seen her. No, I hope not. But it wouldn't surprise me if she did. That's a good one, Laura Murray. Wow, we've got 9 people already, and it's not even time. I know I started it, but this was officially set to start at 6:55. So before we get started, I have a question, and this just came up in a friends group yesterday. Somebody said they were having the best pickle pizza they've ever had. Now, being fair and transparent, I hate pickles. So there would never be a pickle near a pizza for me. But as an Italian, I have to ask, why would a pickle be anywhere on a pizza? That just sounds disgusting. And she sent a picture of it. It was, I mean, it looked like a typical pizza with your cheese, a little bit of sauce, and then it had like sliced up pickles on it. I thought that just sounded horrendous, and it was an insult to pizza. So, all right, Laura Marie is uno. Dreamsicle, dill pickle pizzas are the bomb. I will trust you, and I won't take up any of the world's supply because I will never touch anything that has a pickle on it. So, especially a pizza, that's Italian. That to me is an insult to a pizza. And Jindy, Steven needs to hear that. Who's Steven? I'm not sure who Steven is. I'm sorry. I don't know everybody in the community, but um, sorry, Steven. Not meaning to offend you. I absolutely hate pickles, and I just don't think they belong anywhere on or near a pizza. So yeah, fun times by all. Yay, Dreamsicle. Even though you say dill pickle pizzas are the bomb, it's still nice to have you in here, and it's always nice to have you in here. So thank you for coming in, and I hope your Friday. Agree, Lauren Murray. Pineapples are also a no for pizza. Fruit does not belong on a pizza. That doesn't just no. No, no, no. All right. Hi, Maria's Crochet Corner. Welcome in again. I appreciate you being here, and I hope your Friday went well. And that goes for all of you. I hope you all had a great Friday. Um, Mine overall was good. Um, I saw something I wasn't too happy with, and I will, it brought back some not so great memories for me. So I'll address that later. And in full transparency, I'm probably going to make some of you unhappy tonight. I'm you probably won't, some of you will agree with me, some of you won't agree with me, but I'll get to that at the end. We're going to have a good stream tonight, and I'll get to that at the end. So yeah, but I'm so excited to have everybody that I have in here. So that's awesome. So so yeah, today was it was a nice Friday here in Tampa. Weather was really nice, and today was Buster, since he will be crossing the Rainbow Bridge tomorrow. Um, Today was Buster's gets to eat anything day. So, with that being said, we started the day, me and Buster, and actually, my mom rode with us, which was so nice. But I was able to get Buster into the front seat of the car this morning, which I don't know how I did that, but I'm happy I did. He used to, before all of this, he used to just jump right in. He loved car rides, and he would have his paws up on the dash, watching Touche Dreamsicle. Touche. He would always have his feet up on the dash, window down, putting his head out there, letting his big old gums flap in the wind. But he hasn't done that in months. But even to get in the car, he hasn't done that in forever either. So I'm glad I was able to get him in the car this morning. Took a lot of lifting and some help, but he got in there. We went to we went to get his favorite breakfast, which is Chick-fil-A. Buster has always loved chicken minis. They're little chicken minis, and he absolutely loves them. So he got to have that for breakfast today because it's his last day. You know, so he gets to have whatever he wants. And so I got him all his favorite stuff. So that was the way we started the day. And then he slept for a good portion of the afternoon. And then I went, and actually, I didn't go. I had a bowl at the house, and I made him his own pup cup. He's always loved Starbucks pup cups, and he would literally put his face out the window and just lick the cup of whipped cream straight from the barista who was giving it to him. And they loved doing that, and he loved just he just loved it. So unfortunately, couldn't bring him back in the car. So made him his own one at home in a bowl, and God bless the guy. He tried to do as much as he can or could with it, and he did. Hey, William Brooklyn, thank you again for being here, especially in the chat, letting us know. Hold the chat down. Thanks, William Brooklyn. I appreciate you, bud. Yeah. So Starbucks Pup Cup was something he got to enjoy. And then for dinner tonight, even though he's never had it, I'm like, I've been told chocolate cheeseburgers are two things a dog has to have. So went to McDonald's, got him a cheeseburger with just cheese on it. Came home, gave him it, and he tried his best to eat it. But something that has been a struggle for him the last couple days is uh, gosh, sorry, is he can't really move his jaw to eat. So he's essentially just trying to suck in whatever he can. So been trying to do mushy, bland, plain food. So the cheeseburger was kind of tough for him, and he really didn't get to enjoy it. So that made me sad. But then I gave him his first taste of chocolate tonight. So I had some Dove chocolate. Just gave him a small bit of it because I don't want to poison him on his last night. So he got a little bit, and I just had to hold it on the tip of my finger, and he just put his mouth over it and just tried to soften as much as he could with his jowls, with his gums, and he did, and I could tell he enjoyed it. So it was wonderful, and yeah, it was absolutely wonderful. And so I'm glad he got to enjoy food wise his last day. But yeah, watching him struggle to eat and he can't even swallow. I have to sit there and really massage his throat in order to, help the food go down. So, I mean, it's neurological issues do a lot of damage. And to him, it really has. He can't really open his mouth and eat. Um, and yeah. Um, oh, you guys are too funny. Hi, Miss Liability. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. So yeah, Buster had a great last day enjoying his food. Tomorrow morning, starting at 9 a.m., the company called Lap of Love will be here, and we'll get to spend as much time as I want with my guy. And yeah. Yeah, Maria, come on now. So I'll get to spend a good amount of time just holding his paw and letting everything happen. And he's had so much extra love these last couple days. He has no doubt how much he's loved, and I'm glad you all who were here last night could be a part of last night because that was so special watching him do things he hasn't done in forever. So thanks, William Brooklyn, and I really appreciate that. I hope you still feel the same way later. But yeah, I do. Yeah. Well, thank you, Lauren Marie. That is so sweet of you. Oh wait, you're probably talking about my dog. I'm just messing with you. Thank you for that. Yeah, Buster is a handsome boy, and gosh, he's such a special dog. And the fact that we could experience a special moment last night uh, meant the world to me, and I'm glad it was able to be shared with those of you who were here last night. So, so yeah. Wow, we're already 15 minutes in. Man, I need to stop talking. You don't need to hear me yap. Again, if anybody wants to come up, I won't force you to go on camera except backstage so I can make sure it's you and make sure it's not something I don't want to put on screen. So if you do want to come up, this is the link. If you just copy and paste that into your browser, it should take you right to StreamYard, and you just need to enter the studio. So I'll wait in case anybody does. Well, I'm not going to wait, but I'll be keeping an eye in case anybody does want to come up. Let's see. Call a friend. Going to have to catch the replay. Just got company. Not a problem. Appreciate you for being here. Call a friend. Maria wanted to share her cooking tips. Maria, cooking tips? All right, I'm just kidding. So overall, again, today was a good day. Work was great today. It was busy. I'm now working on 2 computers, and I'm still getting used to that. I missed a lot of messages today because I'm on one computer. I have one computer that pretty much stays signed in all day, and the other one times out. So I had to go back and forth with these computers. But that's okay because work still got done, and yeah. So yeah. I did hear from Sweets and Beyond today. I would assume she's either going to a concert tonight at the Strawberry Festival or she's driving home from Strawberry Festival. But she did go to the Strawberry Festival, and she sent me a picture of my favorite French fries at the fair and at the Strawberry Festival. They're called Fiske, Fiske. They are the best fries. And so she sent me a picture of that, and I was very jealous. Very, very jealous. So yeah, I'm glad she got to go out and enjoy that. I don't know if anybody else got to do anything. I know it's Friday. Some of us, if not all of us, probably worked. But hopefully, we've got some weekend time coming up that you will get to enjoy. I know tomorrow will be tough, especially in the morning, but I'm hoping to go to my best friend's his 13-year-old's baseball game tomorrow. It's in the afternoon. Actually, it's early evening. So, I'll have plenty of time. Hi, Dorothy. Thank you for coming in again. It's nice to see you. So, yeah, I'm hoping to be able to do that tomorrow. And, that'll be a nice way to end the day and get things off my mind. So that's what my plan is. Sunday, I'll be at church in the morning. And then I'm not sure what the afternoon will hold. Might do lunch with a friend of mine. I have no idea. I'll just have to see. But I don't plan on going live Saturday or Sunday. I know that's not anything new, but if I decide I need some support and want to go live, I will hit the live button. So make sure you're subscribed and you have the notification bell hit or clicked so that if I go, it'll notify you when I go live, so you're not having to go to YouTube and wonder, is Patrick going live? Is he? Is he going to do it or not? Yeah, you can just wait for it to tell you that I'm going live. And I thank you for that, William Brooklyn. So, yeah, I'm not planning on this being too long of a live tonight because tomorrow's going to be a rough day. There's something I wanted to share from my heart, and I don't do this often, but I've seen some things recently, especially today, whether it be on, I hate to say the website because I've only gone to it to look. I don't go on to interact or to post anything, but I've read some stuff on Reddit. And I saw some stuff on Instagram, and it really pissed me off because it brought back some terrible memories for me. So um, I know some of you are going to leave when I start talking about it. And I want this to not be because this is for everyone listening, anybody who listens after or later on. This is for everybody. This isn't just for you all in the chat. I'm making an open plea. So if somebody from a different country comes in and listens to it, I'd be happy. Um, but I know some of you are going to leave, and that's fine. You're going to know exactly what I'm talking about rather quickly. But that's okay. So the first thing is this struck a chord with me because recently I had someone in my life. I don't want to describe their relationship to me. I don't want people to go try to look and find or whatever. But I had someone in my life recently who never told me they were struggling with anything. Never, ever told me they were struggling with anything. And then all of a sudden, I receive a text message saying, "Can we talk? I need to talk to somebody right now." Sure, of course. I would do that for anybody. Um, I'd offered that to everybody in here. Send me a message on Instagram, send me something, let me know you want to talk. I keep it between us. So I'm not going to mention anything about this person other than uh, they let me know that over the previous 3 nights, they had a what's the word I can use on YouTube? Um, they had a weapon. Okay. They had a weapon in their mouth with their hand or with their finger on the trigger. Hopefully that doesn't get me banned on YouTube. I don't know what will, but that's the truth. That is as real as I'm going to get about it. And uh, this was easily a month or two ago when this happened. It wasn't just the other night. This was a month or two ago. And the reason that they did this is because people were making fun of them for having something called alopecia. I think a lot of you know what alopecia is, but if you don't, it's where your hair just starts falling out. Some people get it worse than others. So, I've had a little patch before that fell out, but it grew back for me. Usually they give you some sort of like a topical steroid and it grows right back. But for this person, it affected almost all of their hair and it didn't grow back. So there were people staring, there were people making fun of them. And this person didn't feel like a human anymore. And because of that, they started going through mental illness. Illness enough to where they felt that there was no other option but to put a firearm in their mouth and have their finger on the trigger. I wish they would have told me this before they did that, not 3 days after. Uh, but that's how much this person was suffering. And we had a great conversation. And not once did I make fun of them or make a big spectacle of it, because that's not what you do to somebody with a mental illness. So, you know, I'm sure for those of you who follow certain people on YouTube, on Instagram, for those of you who have Reddit accounts, I'm sure you've read and you've seen. There was somebody, not condoning anything this person has ever done in the past. I definitely had issues with the person. Um, a lot of people have, but in no way, shape, or form should anybody ever make fun of or celebrate mental illness. So, I'm not yelling at anybody in particular. I'm not going based on just one particular thing. I've seen numerous things, like I said, between Reddit and Instagram. I've seen so many things. But, I just don't. Mental illness is something that is very close to me because of what happened. And also in high school. In high school, I had a high school classmate whose grandfather passed away. That was their closest male relative. It wasn't their dad. Very similar situation, except instead of in the mouth, it was to the side of their head. Mental illness is something I have. Hey, Brown Eye Girl Shadra. Um, Mental illness is something I am always going to stand up for and fight for, no matter who the person is, no matter what they could have done to me in the past. It's just not something we should be laughing about and celebrating when people do something that's mentally, not something we would do. So that's my plea to anybody. That's everybody out there. And Maria, I agree with that. And that's fine. I get that. You respect people who respect you. That's fine. You're allowed to have that. I'm not telling you you're right or wrong for having that. I'm just saying when it comes to mental illness, nobody should be celebrating mental illness and nobody should be celebrating, somebody who has mental illness. Um, I'll be totally transparent with the chat here. Yes, I'm talking about John, JY, John, whatever you want to call him. Yes, I'm talking about him. Has he done people completely wrong and said some horrible stuff about people? Absolutely, yes. And that is something that that's something he has to live with, and that's something that he will and should apologize for. I would tell him that. Um, so that just it shouldn't. Mental illness should be off limits. I mean, there's a lot of things that should be off limits, but especially we should not be celebrating somebody who tries to do something, harm themselves. And so that's just my plea. But the person I was talking about in this specific situation was John. And yes, like I said, he has done a lot of things to a lot of people. He's attacked a lot of people. And there's no excuse for that. It's not right. It is not right at all. But, this is just who I am as a person, but sticks and stones. That's how I look at it. Words are never gonna hurt me. Um, you know, I can think back many years ago when people wronged me, and okay, they wronged me back then. Came back, we talked it out, and I let them know I was able to say my piece. Didn't appreciate you saying that about me. Didn't appreciate you saying that about my family. Being a Christian family for so long, I got made fun of. I've heard it all. But at the same time, I've been taught to forgive and forget. And you may never forget it, and it's not really forget. It's always going to be in the back of my mind. But at the same time, if that person were to struggle with something mentally and I knew about it, I'd actually want to go try to help them more because of that. So, um, you know, that again, that's just my that's just my plea is for anybody with mental illness. Don't celebrate it. Go be there for them. And if you're a friend of theirs, if you're not a friend of theirs, that's up to you. I'm not telling you what you should and shouldn't do. I'm just making a plea that we could be more compassionate in life when it comes to things. And, mental illness is one that's always going to be towards the top of my heart. Special needs is another one that's right at the top of my heart. If I ever hear somebody making fun of, and I've told off quite a few people because they were laughing at a kid because he ran the bases backwards because he had a mental disability, not a mental illness, totally different, a mental um, disability. And so they were making fun of the child for that. And so I personally walked over and told them off and told them that they should be lucky enough to be able to run the bases. They weren't playing. I said, he's brave enough to get out there and play, even though he may not totally understand how it works. He was brave enough to get out there to play, and you're in here in the dugout making fun of him. And so, just got to really say that. So, I'm going to get off my soapbox, but that was just my plea to anybody who's listening now, who's going to listen in the future, whatever. Your dreamsicle. I totally understand. I've been a part of that, and I've even had people message me. But and again, this is what I do. What I do may not be what you do, and that's okay. That's what makes the world go round. But I'm also able to see, have differences of opinions with people and still get along with them and still like them. It's like Dreamsicle. You agree we have a difference of opinion, but I'm still gonna love when you come in here, and hopefully you do. Um, and hopefully you do. And I would love that every night if I were to still see you. But yeah, so again, just my opinion on things. I'm not telling you what to do. We're all adults. You live your life how you feel you need to live your life, and that's okay. If you ever need help from me, I'm gonna be there for you. So just and so yeah, uh, he has gone real life on me as well. I'll never forget. I think it was 2-3 years ago when whatever it was called happened, Hagageddon or whatever they called it. I don't remember, but I was a part of that group. Do I still, even though I may not agree with what everybody says or said at the time, um, you know, I can still see that them and I can differ on opinion and we can still get along. Doesn't mean I hate them, not at all. But yeah, I'll never forget when that happened. I mean, I was called every name under the sun, um, and yeah, But I've also received, just in the last 7 months since my brain cancer, um, I've received messages from that same person. And William Brooklyn, I totally understand. I get it. And that's okay. Um, he reached out to me to offer his sympathy for what I was going through. And that was it. He didn't ask me for anything. He didn't ask me to come on a panel. None of that. It was just, hey, I heard about this and I wanted to let you know that I'm sorry, and hopefully everything, gets better. So, okay, thank you. Doesn't mean we're best friends. We're not. Will we ever be? No. But what he said 3 years ago, I could care less. I'm in 2025 now. What you said about me, okay, thanks. Thanks for, or not, I mean, not thanks for saying it. It was embarrassing. It was terrible to hear, but that's where I leave it. It's done. So, haven't talked to him since, and that's okay. He offered his condolences, or not condolences. I'm sorry, his hope that I feel better, and sorry that I got the brain cancer that I got. So, you know, that's where I'm at. And if you come back, I'd be super happy, and I really hope everybody does come back. I know this is a divisive topic. Um, Correct, Maria, and that's right. My forgiveness is for me to him, not with everybody who he's ever hurt or said anything about. You're right. You're 100% right. So, but my plea, and again, this isn't just for this person. My plea is, when it comes to mental illness, that we have more compassion for talking about things, because again, I experienced it twice with friends having those thoughts that they felt they needed to do something drastic. And if that would have happened, I would hate myself that I didn't reach out to that person and say, how can I help you today? But I didn't know. They didn't say anything. So, but now I do know. Yeah, Maria, feel free. Hey, sweets. Sweets. That's a good one, Laura Marie. Sweets, that picture you sent me of the Fisk Fries booth today. Oh, I was hating on you so much. Okay, not really. I couldn't hate you. But oh, did I want some. Do you have compassion for anyone being attacked by someone who has mental illness? Absolutely, 100%. Um, like I said, everybody, um, a lot of people in here, especially, have been attacked, have had things said about them, have had other things done to them uh, by this person. So absolutely, I'm not just saying compassion is one way. I absolutely have compassion for everybody who's affected, and that's why I say you handle your part of it in your own way. I understand there are some horrible, nasty things that were said. I don't know all of them because I spent about 2 years away from everything, but um, but yeah, um, you know, I do. I really do. And Maria, I know everything you've been through. with that person. Well, at least I know most things you've been through with that person, and I truly I feel for you because a big part of your life has been, I'm not going to say taken away from you, but a part of your life has been taken trying to defend yourself against claims that may I don't believe are true. In my opinion, I don't believe are true. And the Maria I know, Maria, you've been nothing but kind to me and nothing but nice to me. So yes, I consider you a friend, and I definitely have compassion um, for those. And it's not easy, especially when it's not that situation with that person. I'm looking at mental illness as a whole as I'm saying this, but there are people with mental illnesses that don't want to be helped and can't be helped because they don't want to be helped. But it affects everybody in that person's life, as well as extended people in this situation on YouTube. When you go live on YouTube and do stuff, it affects the people that you may have met on YouTube, you may have met on chat boards, whatever. Um, and yeah, 100%, Maria. I couldn't. That is a perfect way to say that because it does. It affects your life, and you have to swallow everything and push yourself to pick up your life and try to be as best you can. It affects the whole family, 100%. And I'm not saying that you have to forgive somebody. And unless you someone, um, are someone, hurt my family, come for my money, not that I have any anymore, um, then I can always see a way to get back on the same page with you. Doesn't mean I'm going to forgive and totally forget everything. I remember everything, and you know, it is. Yep. No, and look, I agree. Look, again, what people have done and maybe will do again, that's something they will have to live with and speak for. Um, you know, um, and yep, they did. Dreamsicle, you couldn't be more accurate with that. Maria and Anne put themselves in the crossfires, 100%. And there's others as well, um, because I don't want to say anybody's name, anybody else's name, but yes, Maria and Anne put themselves in harm's way. Um, but again, I I just want to share to try to have more compassion. If you find you can't do that, that's okay. I'm still gonna love you. And I'm still going to look forward to a message making fun of something I do or say, and I'll still give Maria a hard time about cooking because I believe we can be friends. But that again, that is just me. I'm I'm from a different mold. I understand that, and that's not to say you're right, I'm wrong, I'm right, you're wrong. No, not at all. We're all different. We all come from different backgrounds. We should celebrate that. We should 100% celebrate that. All right, Maria. Wait, no. Can I have somebody sample it first, like a king would or something, just to make sure? Same with me, sweets. Same with me. Both of them have been for the 4 years I've been a part of somewhat being on YouTube. I mean, like you said, I spent 2 years away because I just needed to Yeah, Maria. Thanks. Um, so yes, Maria and Ann have been 100% perfect to me. They've done nothing to me. I have nothing but support for them. William Brooklyn, I love to hear that. That's awesome. We all have them. We all have flaws. Have I said things that I regret saying? 100%. And if it offended somebody, if I pissed somebody off, it's not the intention. It was just, that's what I said at the time, not even thinking. And I've had to apologize, and I will. I'll apologize for things that I say poorly. But that's why I wanted to give a warning, because it's a divisive talk. It's a divisive topic. And so I thank you for letting me get my plea out there. Um, and I I'm not saying that's what you have to do. No, some of it may have sounded like that, but it's not. I just wanted to make a plea to everybody in the world who listens. Hopefully you have some people from other countries come in sometime and listen, or at least catch the replay. But with it is Maria, that is awesome. Talking about stuff is good. I don't see a reason to hide from difficult topics. I never have, and I never will. I'd rather talk it out with you. Oh, yes, yeah, Lauren Marie. You can stay offended. You being offended doesn't, I could give two craps about. I'm just kidding. Congratulations on your Super Bowl win. I'm so happy for you. But Maria, yep, talking about stuff is good. Never be afraid to have the difficult conversations. And again, that's a plea. Don't be afraid of that. There are so many difficult things. As a Christian, there are some things that my church believes or that are in the Bible. Do I necessarily agree to it word by word to a T? I don't. There are some things I do. There are some things I don't. It really just depends. But politically, why did I even talk about politically? Politically, most Christians you're going to find are Republican, but there's all kinds of people out there. Just because you're a Christian doesn't mean you are a Republican or a Democrat or an independent. I like to call myself a Republicrat because I am not the type of person that can go in a voting booth and vote straight down a party line. I can't do that. I need to research first, especially for senators, Congress, and then the local judges and the people who are actually going to impact my life. President, of course, I need to go, review that. But, you know, putting labels on people, some of it may be accurate for some people. I'm not gonna say that's not true. Is there racism in this world? Absolutely. Is especially in this country. Maria, I can't even imagine how you're feeling right now as a um, as from Cuban heritage. Um, I can't even imagine how you're feeling right now with all the ice stuff going on. Um, you know, I know you're harmless, but not everybody would know that. But I know you're harmless, and so many people know you're harmless. But yep, need empathy and compassion to apologize. Yep, I agree. It's upsetting, especially seeing them here in Miami. I agree. Maria, where the Strawberry Festival is Plant City, Florida. And the one thing Plant City is known for is their strawberries. Guess who doesn't pick strawberries? Anybody want to take a guess? Caucasian Americans. they don't pick strawberries. Oop. All the people who pick strawberries and are out in the fields breaking their back for pennies on the dollar, they are all migrant workers from any one of um, multiple countries, mostly Latin America, Central America, South America. And they happily do it when it's 90 degrees outside and they have to pick all these strawberries. They happily do it. So yeah. S.C. Johnson, Patrick, once you receive the Lord in your heart, he gives us that grace to love unconditionally and pray for everyone. It makes me sad people can't understand that. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, S.C. Johnson. But yeah, so one of the things that that we need is more compassion. All these people who are out there in the fields, like I said, oranges, blueberries, strawberries, all come from Florida. And people are making pennies on the dollar to pull those and to pick those for you, so that we can enjoy them. So, yes, you absolutely, Maria. And so, yeah, I hate the fear that's being put in people because they don't know. The next day, are they going to show up here? It's sad. It hurts my heart. I don't ever want to see anybody hurting. So, hey, Fancy Feast. It's been it's been a very good but divisive conversation tonight. I recommend you going back through the replay to hear it all. But it's been a good talk, and it's been just a great chance to air a difficult conversation out. So yep. I love that, William Brooklyn, and yeah, I absolutely love that. So everybody, thank you for letting me, share my plea with you. Again, not telling you what to do, not telling you how you should handle it. Just sharing from my heart what I would do. But that's me. I love you because you're different than me. And that goes for everybody in here. I love you all. What you believe is what you believe, and that's okay. It really is okay. So with that being said, I love you all so much. On a Friday night for you to come in here, 22 of you still watching. I really appreciate that so much. And I do hope this doesn't shy anybody away from coming back in. I love you all, and I really enjoy having you in here. We'll get back on the cancer topic. I just haven't had a lot of visits or appointments recently. So next week, we'll pick back up with what this channel was about, being a glioblastoma warrior. So again, thank you all for being who you are. I love you all, and I do hope I'm stuck with you. Oh no, wait, does that mean we have to be like tied together? Oh no. Just kidding. Maria, thank you. Even if you burn some water, just don't throw it on me. That's all I ask. I'd like to not be burned up with hot, nasty water. Well, thank you all. I appreciate that. It's never easy. It's never easy, but it's good to have tough conversations. And the fact that we have respect in here, that we can have those conversations without anybody wanting to come up and yell at me or anything. I really appreciate that. So, all right. Have a great Friday, the rest of your Friday, and have an amazing weekend, please. You all deserve it. I'm sure um, most of us, if not all of us, worked hard this week. Never fun. And I thank you all. So, God bless. And we'll talk again on Monday and get back to glioblastoma. So, have a great weekend. Bye, everybody.